Happy Sabbath, great ones. It's not just any Sabbath. This is the anniversary, 1 year anniversary of the Young King Academy. The Young King Academy is a continuation and enhancement of the Mompreneur Squad. The Mompreneur Squad is the original single moms ministry birthed by Reverend Dr. Joseph Lawrence Roberts, pasting founder, Urban Success University. He got to see us birth the Believing Soldier Battalion. He got to see us launch Christ Platoon. He's smiling from the other side of the celestial shore as today we officially launch the JROTC platoon of the Believing Soldier Battalion, the Joe Roberts Officers Training Corps platoon of the Believing Soldier Battalion. The Lord has placed a word in my belly. Pachono is a servant leader of the YOKIS. We got to get some praise and worship. 3 minutes. And we're going to jump in the word. 3 minutes, Dougie Fresh, you're on. Fresh music. Fresh release. You know what it is.
Until the spirit crew love, we had to fast and pray. Let's show them what God can do. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I look up and wonder, God, why me? But I guess the pain got purpose. And the struggle made the sermon. Keep your faith. I done cried so many nights praying for them better days. Trying to walk right, but the devil in a clever face. Heart full of hurt, but I never let it stay. I just lift my hands high, Lord, take the pain away. Mama told me keep your head up, baby, better pray. Fast through the storm, now I'm led by His grace. I was lost in them streets, but He made a way. And I still hear the angels saying, I was stuck in them trenches, demons all in my ear, trying to pull me off my mission, whispering all my fears. I was drowning in sin, couldn't look in the mirror, but that blood washed me clean, now the vision is clear. I was riding with that iron Bible under the seat, either heaven or the casket, man, the cost ain't cheap.
Build, brother, build.
Harvest in peace. Now I saw what I reap, planted prayers in the streets. I had homies in the grave, some in chains, some gone, but the word kept me strong, made my spirit stand on.
Getting started in 2 minutes.
Starving, just bones and pride. Now I feast on the
Put in the comment, let me know where you're tapping in from. We are restreaming on 33 different platforms. Which one you want? Let me know in the comment section. Daddy King will say, are you listening? Listen, listen, listen. You're going to hear a shout out to Little Man. Shout out to Macuzzo, Bruzzo, Southside Atlanta. And we're going to talk about the warlock in the church. It's a message in the music. Daddy King would say, are you listening?
Had to bury my cousin, that pain never left. He was raised in the church,
took the wrong last step.
Now I'm preaching at the corners where the shots still ring, telling youngins there's a father who can crown you kings. I ain't never had a silver spoon, just crack plates, but I had a grandma praying while I pack weight. Now I'm breaking every chain in the same hallway. Where we used to run fades, now we fast and pray. Man, it's real on the south side, where the truth got taxed, where the killers quote scriptures, but they soul still black. Where the church don't come and the saints don't see, but the Lord still walk where the wolves might be. Yeah, I gave up the Glock, picked up Galatians, told my past I forgive you, no more hatred. I was dead in the flesh, now I'm born again. Street prophet, but my pen like Corinthians. I done cried so many nights praying for them better days, trying to walk right, but the devil in a clever face. Heart full of hurt, but I never let it stay. I just lift my hands high, Lord, take the pain away. Mama told me keep your head up, baby, let her pray. Fast through the storm, now I'm led.
30 seconds.
I was lost in them streets, but He made a way. And I still hear the angels saying, better days. Yeah. Better days don't mean perfect days. But when you walk with God, even the worst ones still got light in them.
Beloved, I want to get into the word. The return of the Alpha and the rise of the Yoki. Listen, beloved, I'm not preaching this for likes. I'm not preaching this for political handshakes or non-profit applause. I'm prophetically teaching this scripture because this day, it was written. It's Sabbath Saturday, y'all. The day God told us, his people, to rest and remember. And on this day, I'm remembering a year ago, graduating the first class of the Young King Academy. Many of these young kings walked across the stage at the historic Auburn Avenue Library, suited up in custom cut suits. 95% of these young kings were rocking their suit for the first time. This was not for fashion. This was the JROTC platoon formation. Let's talk about my sons, my spiritual sons, when my first spiritual father, Reverend Dr. Leon Sullivan, heard them house homos talking about our young black kids in the hood. They were scared running from them. Leon Sullivan ran to them. They were scared of the inner city. Sully ran to them. He taught us what it meant to be African kings. Unfortunately, my young kings don't have a Leon Sullivan. They don't have a William Herbert Gray III. They don't have a Joseph Lawrence Roberts. They got me. I often try to practically be used by God, to practically give them the word of God, and let me go ahead and invite you to the party. Meet me and the prodigal son, Luke 15. Luke 15 tells us about a prodigal son who returned dirty, returned broken. But the father didn't ask him questions. Gave him a robe, gave him a ring, gave him some shoes. Those suits, they represented the robe. It gave them access to lead and strategically organize. That was the ring. It solidified the fact that they were royal. But let's talk about the shoes. Not them pretty ass Ferragamos that they wearing all up in the church out. No. Not them house nigga shoes. You know I come through as the ox. I got to teach my young sons how to handle the field. So we talking about cleats. We talking about court shoes. Yeah, beloved. That's the assignment. The shoes. Can I talk to you about the shoes? If you know me, you know I don't wear nothing by accident. Check out the footwork from early on the field with the young kings. On my cleats, you see alpha. In my bones, you see alpha. When you look at this assignment, you can't see nothing else but alpha. Fuck the fraternity. I'm talking about the real one, the king. I was those boys. And it was amazing grace. You know, if you don't know, you need to know. We established by grace over here. Amazing grace named me King Kev. Oh, I like how that fit. Well, beloved, I'm not King Kev anymore. I have fulfilled the prophecy of KingJerlo. But one thing has never changed. My heart. I was born a young king too. But I had Leon Sullivan. I had William Herbert Gray III. I had Joseph Lawrence Roberts Jr. These boys, these young kings, these YOKIs, this young organization of kings, internationally serving, they got me. And I do not take that responsibility lightly. Because when God said, "Come unto me, all who labor, all who are heavy laden, and I'm gonna give you rest." That rest that Jesus talking about wasn't going to sleep on the job like them house niggas do. He wasn't talking about church naps. He was talking about the kind of rest that comes when someone stands in the gap for you. That's what God used me for. That's what I did. I broke every non-profit, every agency, every Fulton County BBA and Obama Foundation do not contact rule there was. Fuck your politics. I move by prophetic mantle, not politically controlled optics. And I ain't got nothing against Mr. Obama. But while the Obama Foundation is my brother keeper, has it been a year? It has been a year. They have never reached back to a single boy in that class. Yeah. The mayor's office took a bunch of boys fishing, but not one of my boys got a phone call and an invite. But us, we never lost touch. Because I don't drop kings. God uses me to develop them. You know, what happened from summer of 2021 to summer of 2024 was so much more than a movement. Twice a month, beloved, first and third Saturdays, we met the young kings. We mentored the young kings. We made sure these young kings felt what the sons of the prophets felt in 2 Kings 2. And they said to Elisha, "The spirit of Elijah rest on Elisha." That's what happened in Fulton County. These boys felt the mantle. Beloved, I'm authorized by the Father. I don't need political position or pulpit okays. All I need is for it to align with the prophetic purpose that God has placed on my life. And while the city was arguing about budgets, we were anointing kings. Until the next political season came and they dropped our boys like a bad date. No follow-up, no callback. I mean, you at least gonna put something in place when 3 of those boys get shot less than a month after graduation. Not a peep from concerned black clergy, but to try to use them for PR. You know, 2 boys got shot December of 2022. You see that flat glitter ball, Sambo, Frosted Flake, Jones ass wannabe nigga. Massachusetts ass buck broken boy. Called the prayer rally, said we got a program. Gonna put a couple of dollars in the pockets of our boys and dramatically lower teen violence. Absolutely. It's called the KingdomMarketplace.com. But the one thing is, unfortunately, there's no kickback to the pastors. The money that went to the pastors in the last run when the old white man owned the company, that's the money getting paid out to our sons, to our brains over booze movement. So he stiff-armed it. I ran up on the Concerned Black Clergy meeting this January the 8th, 2024. You can go ahead and check the record. Matter of fact, ask the president of Concerned Black Clergy to go ahead and accept service from the Fulton County Sheriff Department. He been dodging them. Dodging them, literally. Judge Richardson of Fulton County Superior Court had to sign 2 extensions for the Fulton County Sheriff to serve concerned black clergy for their defamation. Check the court record. Check the log of the sheriffs. Shannon pops up at every single court event, but when I look on my docket, I see the Fulton County Sheriff said they were unable to serve him at his office because the church said he got kicked out for not paying his bills. Whoa. Leave him alone with that. But then when nobody from Ebenezer, nobody from Concerned Black Clergy, nobody from the King Center shows up for 3.5 years when we graduated our young black boys, when I am used by the Father to graduate them in custom cut suits on the historic Auburn Avenue Library, and 3 of them get shot, don't call a prayer rally at 6 p.m. Show up at 6:17. Early is on time, fat boy. On time is late, and late is flat out unacceptable. And if you do call a prayer rally at 6 p.m., when my boys is having football practice, my girls is in the water pad, I got tennis lessons in the park, it's popping, where you never come, and you pull up and realize you ain't got the clout you thought you did, and ain't no press show up, but you called the prayer rally. Was it for prayer or was it for press, Reverend? Because you pulled up when 3 of my boys got shot and my community was mourning, and we were looking for prayer. You see the video of him pulling up. Nobody know what it looked like. There you go. There go Reverend Jones right there. Oh, KJ, you here? Don't fuck this up for us. There you hear his homo-ass father, Horace Jones. This is live in living color. It's on YouTube. It's on Instagram. It's been sent to 95% of clergy inside the city, and y'all still got this motherfucker as your president. What message you trying to send our boys? He pulls up at a prayer rally and say, K, don't make me get out the car and fuck you up. What? Then he pull in the parking lot like, oh shit, he gonna park and fuck you up, King. No, he rides out the park. Never prays. The next week, him and Eric Vinton Thomas at St. Peter's Missionary Baptist Church, Eric publicly representing the mayor's office, a constituency, saying he's the mayor's faith-based liaison. That's what his LinkedIn says. I mean, these fake fugazi dudes got their whole little buck-broken cuckold club. And they throw a meet and greet for the superintendent. Keep K out. Blasphemy. Yup. That defamation cases before them. Now listen, I don't knock it. Everybody got to have representation. The old white people, the politicians, they deserve representation, because the word of God is for everybody. But what about my young black boys in the hood? What about my daughters in the hood? What about my sons and my daughters? What about my brothers and my sisters? What about the least of these? Oh, well, I'm the preacher. Man, fuck you, nigga. We don't know you. You know when... Well, let me see. It's been a year. Oh, that's right. Y'all needed some momentum to get you up to Kamala season. Then it's Kamala. Fuck the young black boys. Now that died down, you want to circle back around. Well, let's take some boys fishing for optics. But what about these boys that we told we care? That we told to come every first and third Saturday. And we put them in them custom cut suits. And we showed them off, and then we dropped them. It's been a year. One of the main workshops that we addressed was suicide. And in that suicide, because that's a major challenge for our boys. Here's what we found out when we talked to them. We asked them, why are you killing yourselves? You know what they said? Because nobody cares. Well, shit. 13, 14, 15. You get pimped by the Obama Foundation. You get pimped by Fulton County. You get pimped by the mayor's office in the political season. Would you feel like they cared? Or they just using you? Oh, we got a mayor election coming up. Hurry up and get some optics. Who can bring us together some boys for pictures? Fuck your pictures. We not into developing your PR. We into developing our sons. I'm pausing because I want that to sink in. And y'all got the unmitigated audacity to attack me. Why? I mean, it almost seems, when we rewind the videotape, every major event that motivated our boys, that inspires our boys, it got me at the center of it. I did not bow down with you bitch niggas because of any other fact than you bitch niggas. You know, all y'all move for votes. Well, if you think about it, y'all been twiddling your thumbs for 30 years. This generation that you can't have nothing to do with, that you can't relate to, you can't talk to, you can't connect to, I raised them. They're not those kids. They mine. The same connection that Daddy King had to those in the community, I got. Bible written in Hebrew, Greek, and Aramaic. The word for God is Ab. Two derivatives. Abba, the authoritative side. You niggas always want to talk about your authority. Source, sustainer, protector, provider, progenitor. Then there is Ab-womb. Well, that's the loving side. That's where we get the word daddy. You know, he was Reverend King. He was Dr. King. I ain't talking about the son, I'm talking about the father. Can't get the son without the father. You know what they called him? Daddy King. It's a Jesus thing, you might miss it. Jesus had titles. King of Kings, Lord of Lords, but that's not how he moved. The Bible says that he moved with compassion. What do we call that? Love. See, when we look at the descriptive words for Abba, source, sustainer, protector, provider, progenitor. Each one of those you can Google. It's got a job description. That's different than daddy. See, daddy, love, will make you do more, make you go over and above your job description. Them niggas, they got hired to do a job. Jesus talked about the hireling. They came to kill, steal, and destroy. But not me. I'm the good shepherd. And the shepherd gives his life for the sheep, because this is the order that he got from the Father. They tried to attack me. Listen, don't be upset. This is another affirmation and confirmation. If they didn't, then I wouldn't be doing something right. See, I take the hits from the young kings because Jesus took the hit for me. And when you see me, you see the Father. As Jesus was in the earth, now you got your guy. Isaiah 53rd chapter in the 4th verse says, surely he hath borne our griefs, carried our sorrows. Yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted. Yeah, beloved, I'll take that hit happily. Because I'm raising a generation that ain't tainted by the colonizer classroom or the slave master seminary. When I see these young kings, I see little me's. They just built a little different, you know what I mean? They like me when I was younger. They not soft. They damn sure not scared. And they damn sure not bowing to no satanic seminary systems. They are the next generation of alpha kings. And guess what? Just like real recognizes real, alpha recognizes alpha. Ain't talking about no sorority. Yeah, I meant that like that for a reason. Listen, beloved, rather it's the basketball court, the block, the football field, our people know who the real alpha is. We ain't raising up influencers. We raising initiators. We ain't worried about getting followers. We're building founders. And no, my nigga, we not feeding egos. We feeding the prophetic future of a forgotten people. Because in a world where they try to feminize, criminalize, and paralyze black male alpha African leadership, God says, I will raise up sons, and they shall prophesy. Joel, the 2nd chapter, the 28th verse to be exact, your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams, and your old man shall see. Are you tapping into the vision? Yeah, beloved, that's my young kings. They've now seen the vision. They felt that custom cut suit, felt their toes in them shoes. Click the video. See their experience in the beginning in January in their regular clothes. Then see them in those custom cut suits. See the transformation that was provided. And join me. Help me in getting God glory by providing many more of our sons that experience. This wasn't no, we're going to walk a group through, we're going to celebrate them and talk about what we did. No. That's only 1/3 of the boys that were coming every first and third Saturday. 1/3 committed to it, to go through the rites of passage. This is the new rites of passage. We began that rites of passage at the College for Teens with Edith Scott Bagley and Cynthia Dolores Nottis Tucker up inside of the Cheney campus. Listen, you can go to Urban Success University, look at our original founding class and see our sons and our daughters. We got the son side. When we get on the daughters, no. Y'all dropped the ball for that political shit. You can come back now, cut a check, and support some things, but we not having you play our sons. Any one of you motherfuckers that's involved in it, thinking that you're going to get some tough guy shit. You niggas not tough, you politicians. Yeah, I said it like that. Yeah, man. Yeah. These boys, they seen the vision now. They heard the drum of purpose. And I, as the Alpha King who trained them, say, young kings, it's time to move. YOKIS, rise. This generation isn't lost. They just need a voice that sounds like victory, not victimhood. They don't need another pastor with perfect diction and polished shoes. When our boys look behind 85 to 90% of the pulpits in the metro Atlanta area and they assess that Negro y'all got up, I'm going to tell you what happens in their minds. Because Stephen Covey in his critically acclaimed book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, says seek first to understand and then be understood. Don't talk at them, talk to them. Because when our boys and our daughters look behind a lot of them pulpits and they're assessing the man that you put up there, to them, that Negro does not look like he can survive 15 to 20 minutes in the urban existence they have to navigate through every single day. So they feel like what he's providing, they can't quantify or qualify it as applicable to them. He doesn't put it in a language that they can understand. He's just telling them they got to bow down and kiss his ass because he's the pastor. What the fuck does that mean? Means you went to school and got a degree, applied for a job and got hired, and now we supposed to kiss your ass when we don't know you? Fuck you. That's how our kids feel. And it's not their job to connect with you. It's your job to find a way to connect with them. I mean, let me read your job description. Did they take out the part about being a father to the fatherless? They don't need nobody with polished shoes. They need somebody who gonna get in the field and put cleats on with them and get God the glory. I am that voice. Not because I wanted it, but because I was chosen. I was born for such a time like this. Look at the clip of us early on the field. Check my footwork. Alpha on everything, down to my cleats. Kingdom cadence. The glory gate. Why, my nigga? Because it was written. And it's happening right now. And it will not stop. The YOKIS are rising. The Young King Academy lives. And the next time you see a young king step on the court, step on the field, step on the stage, just know, they know that the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he has anointed me to preach good news to the meek. Let them know what it means that I ain't gonna do it. You just don't take my meekness for weakness. And I'm gonna give them beauty for ashes, oil for joy, for mourning, the garment of praise. Beloved, the Alpha has a bunch of meanings that I want to talk to you on. Alpha is the first letter of the Greek alphabet. It symbolizes the beginning, the first, in order and rank. Alpha, from a biblical standpoint, he is the Alpha and the Omega, and the beginning and the end. I am not the end, beloved. I am the beginning. This symbolizes a divine origin. This allows us to understand the eternal presence of God. Beloved, in your context, I want you to understand that Alpha is the lion, the first to rise, the protector of the pride. The Alpha is the blueprint of divine order. Before you can lead others, you must first lead yourself. I told you as Jesus was, now you got your guy. The Alpha is the kingdom prototype of spiritual leadership. Bold, but surrendered. Fierce, but humble. I talked about the coat. I talked about the ring. I'm digging in the shoes. The coat. The coat, beloved. The coat represents covering. The coat represents identity. The coat represents authority in our African ancient culture. The robe of a father was a symbol of belonging. A public sign saying, "This is my son, of whom I am well pleased." It is a prophetic layer. After the journey, after coming to himself, the robe is presented. The robe is not fabric, beloved. It is a prophetic mantle. It covers the scars. It's what declares to the world that you're not who they said you were. You're who he said you are. Royal, restored, and recommissioned. Let's talk about the ring. putting a ring on his hand. In Jewish culture, a ring symbolized authority. It symbolized covenant. It symbolized access. It often bore the family seal, a signature stamp. Mama Amelia would often say, they drew a circle to cut me out, but me and Love, my friend, we drew a new circle. See it right there? And even let them in. The ring is your divine credit line. It means access has been restored. Not just to the house. We got kicked out of the house with them house niggas. Access is restored to your inheritance. Remember, Joshua divides the inheritance. Access is restored to the decision table. Access is restored to the strategy room of heaven. You are not a beggar. You are back on the board of directors for the kingdom. I'm gonna let y'all get up out of here, but I can't let y'all go without talking about the shoes. Slaves don't wear shoes. Sons do. Every black man knows something about them shoes. Shoes meant freedom. Shoes meant you are not property. You got purpose. The Father didn't just say, welcome home. He said, man, put these things on your feet and walk like a king again. Certain places you can't go in the house barefooted. The Father was saying, get back into position. And this time, walk it out with authority. You see me running up the hill with our boys because they see them house niggas behind the desk. They can't never connect. They can't never get close. They can't never develop a relationship. But what did God do? He took all of that shit to the side and he came low. For God so loved the world that he put all of that shit to the side and he came down. He gave some instructions. Don't lord it over them, because the Son of Man didn't come to be served, but to serve. To feel, beloved, this is not just about football. It's the spiritual battlefield that we're training our sons on, where they're learning about their believing soldiers' spiritual weapons. You know, hustler language. We talking about product, prayer, study, meditation, personal praise. We go in before we go out. We fill up before we go en route. We love God before we love neighbor. Everything is biblically based. Mark 1:35, early in the morning before daybreak. Jesus, y'all remember him? He went to a desolate place and there he prayed. Not kumbaya in Easter speech. John 15. Prayer is getting in perpetual fellowship with the Father through his Son, Jesus Christ, one image, many dimensions. Let me got terminology. Because, you know, the colonizer classroom, the slave master seminary doesn't connect. It's got a language for the politicians. It got a language for the buck-broken bitch boys. But for us, what does that mean? Practically, for us in the hood, in the slums. How does it apply to us? Then y'all know, you know, it's militant out here. And my young bucks need them weapons. But the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. They mighty for the pulling down the strongholds. Let me give you some of these spiritual weapons. See, the way the colonizer classroom explained it, the way the slave master seminary explained it, they weak, they watered down. But when you get with us, you understand love is your weapon. Faith is a weapon. Hope is your weapon. You know what I'm saying? Listen to me. Knowledge a weapon. Wisdom a weapon. Integrity a weapon. Righteousness a weapon. Long-suffering a weapon. Perseverance a weapon. Endurance a weapon. Patience a weapon. Persistence a weapon. Meekness. I tried to tell y'all, don't take my meekness for weakness. It's a weapon. Then over here, we talk about Jesus. One image, many dimensions. The shepherd, the apostle, the true vine. Right now, we talking about the ox, the one that does the heavy lifting. And this time, up and down the hill with these alpha cleats, it's the ox that's running it. Not chasing pride, pulling legacy. Psalm 37:23, the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. And in this season, the cleats ain't just ordered, they're marked. See, I got alpha on them cleats. It means I just got to be the first. They're not shoes, they're combat declarations. They in essence letting you know, I don't just run for sport. I run for salvation. For the sons and for this soil. They mean that I'm walking in kingdom authority. It means I ain't come as a player. I came as the prototype. What's on my feet is what God put under my feet. He put under my feet depression, confusion, abandonment, fatherlessness, the same thing that many of my young kings are dealing with. I dealt with it because I had good spiritual fathers, Leon Sullivan, William Herbert Gray III, Joseph Lawrence Roberts. They taught me to reclaim the field. The hills of Fulton County were once forgotten. Now, they're the training grounds. My cleats touched down on soil the system gave up on. But we didn't. And I'm not the football coach. We got coaches. I'm the coach. Equipping a generation of lions. Beloved, I'm done. Let me get y'all up out of here 15 minutes early. Meet me at this spot. We lit the night. From prodigal to prophetic. When the prodigal son came back, he didn't just get a seat at the table. He got cleats for the field, for the battle, for the generation. And now, I got mine. Not because I want to be first, but because the Father said, who will go? Send me, Father. I'll go first. Hey, man, I'm out of here. Love y'all. Meet me at this spot.